You can't out-discipline a bad environment. You can have all the focus in the world, but if your world is full of noise, you'll lose. And procrastination, it doesn't always show up as just scrolling on your phone. Sometimes it shows up as saying yes to every fire, every ping, every notification, every, hey, you got a sec, that crosses your desk. You're not losing focus because you're lazy or uncommitted to your goals. You're losing focus because your environment is wired for distraction. And what you tolerate trains your brain because you never rise to the level of your willpower. You fall to the level of your design. I'm Chris Hunsaker, and this is the Dealership War Room. Leadership fire, 7 minutes, built daily, fueled intentionally, and delivered relentlessly. And today, we're going to dive into how to design your environment for focus. And hey, before we dive in, please check your inbox because sitting in your email is a velocity mastermind email that goes over some of the best stuff that we have created to help you absolutely leverage your time, your people, and your resources in 2026. And if you don't see it in your email, check your spam because I guarantee you this email could change the way you lead all of next year. Most of the leaders I coach don't have a time management problem. They have an environment management problem. And your surroundings either drive you forward towards elite performance or they pull you back towards mediocrity. And every ping, vibration, and open tab on your desktop, it sends a signal to your brain, hey, something else here might really be important. And when your brain scatters its focus, your productivity crashes. So let's talk about the 3 layers of environment that affect every leader's velocity. Number 1 is your physical environment. This is your battlefield, right? Your desk, your phone, your office. And if your desk is full of chaos, your brain interprets that as open loops and it distracts itself. Whereas if you put it simply, a clean desk equals clear focus. And if your phone is sitting on your desk face up and buzzing, it is no longer a tool, it's a thief. Researchers at the University of Texas found that even a silent phone sitting on your desk lowers focus, attention, and working memory. That's why when I'm doing anything creative, especially when I'm writing, my phone isn't just off, it's out of the other room because it's literally out of sight, out of mind. And this isn't just creativity, that when you're with other people, if 2 people are having a conversation, whether at work or at home life, and phones are out around the table, even if they're not on and even if they're face down, it lowers the level of connection between the 2 people and the level of quality of communication between the 2 people. That's how powerful distracting these things are. The second level is your digital environment, where your feed is your focus. And every alert that you allow, it trains your dopamine system to expect interruption. And every leader who lets their inbox dictate their day is like letting a pilot let turbulence fly the plane. Set structured connection windows. Think a 15-minute slot 3 times a day to do emails, texts, Slack, everything. And that's where you're going to do it. You don't want to schedule your deep work around all the focus, around all the distractions. You want to schedule the distractions around your deep work. So 3 15-minute slots and then back to the deep work so that you're guarding your focus the same way you would your profit margin. Level 3 is your cultural environment. What is your team's default mode? So you can be personally disciplined and still be in a reactive environment. And if your team treats every problem like an emergency and their hair is on fire, you've trained them to be a firefighting culture and not a focused one. Leaders design culture by what they normalize. When you let urgent run the day, then your people never learn to prioritize. When you let interruptions go unchecked, chaos becomes the culture. But when you design an environment based on focus, clear short huddles, written priorities, closed loops, then your team starts to mirror that clarity. That is how you create a focus fortress, not a place of isolation, a place of intentional control where you decide what gets your attention and nothing else. Because your environment is never neutral. It's either training your discipline or it's testing it. And this I call master skill number 1 of all the skills that you can develop. And that is your ability to put your focus where you want, when you want, for as long as you want. And it is a master skill of leadership. Before we go there, if you want to absolutely build a killer focus fortress, then text the word procrastination to the number you see on the screen and download our custom GPT for absolutely crushing procrastination. In it, you'll see a step-by-step guide to reducing friction, optimizing your workplace, and building team focus rituals that absolutely drive results. Now, your execution bridge. Pick one thing in your environment that's stealing your focus. Remove it right now, because one distraction eliminated is one layer of discipline that's gained. You do not fix procrastination by trying harder. You fix it by designing smarter. Remember, the fastest way to change a habit is to change your habitat, because leaders don't rise by fighting chaos. They rise by engineering clarity. Design beats discipline every single time. So go out today, create some leadership fire. I'll see you tomorrow in the Dealership War Room.